Coming up on Mountain News this morning, we're learning more about a case involving a Wolfe County woman charged with the death of her infant. And folks in one eastern Kentucky county are rallying behind a family as an infant battles cancer.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News This Morning.
Good morning, I'm Caroline Mueller, and today's date is Monday, January 5th. The time is now 5:31. Let's go ahead and check in with meteorologist Megan Dusmel for a look at your forecast this morning. Now, Megan, I actually had some memories pop up on my phone this morning that this day last year, there was a good bit of snow on the ground. I don't think that was the case this morning.
No, that was not the case this morning, but I do remember the snow last year. That was definitely a good start to 2025, but for your 2026, we'll be holding on to above average temperatures. Now, that's not the way it's going to feel this morning as you head out the door. We're looking about on average in terms of those temperatures with some upper 20s and some folks the low 30s, but come the afternoon, we're talking over 15 degrees warmer than where we should be for this time of year. 57 degrees in Moorhead is that forecast high, and in Logan 59 is that forecast high in Jackson and Clintwood, and we're getting up to 64 degrees in Williamsburg and Manchester. So it's definitely going to be heating up as we head through the next couple hours, and with warm temperatures staying in the forecast throughout the week, definitely not going to see those snow chances during the next 5 days. Here's a look at that satellite and radar, though. Nice and calm, just a little bit of clouds here and there, and we'll just be staying dry for the start of your work week. Caroline.
Megan, thank you. One person is dead and another is seriously hurt after a house fire in Rockcastle County. Kentucky State Police say it happened at a home in the Broadhead community just before 7 a.m. Saturday. Several fire departments responded to the scene and found the home fully engulfed in flames. They found one person dead and another with severe burns. Western Rockcastle Fire Department Chief Jimmy Clark says it took crews about 2 hours to fully put out the fire. He says they unfortunately see more house fires during the winter months.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing I would say is if you realize you have a problem outlet, get somebody to look at it. Don't just ignore it, because that problem could be a bigger problem at 2 o'clock in the morning when you and your family are asleep.
Kentucky State Police are still working to determine what caused the fire. One person is dead after a house fire in Bath County. Kentucky State Police say they were called to a home on Rooster Run Road around 6:30 Thursday morning. When they arrived, they say crews found 77-year-old Josephine Patton inside of the home. She was taken to St. Joseph Hospital in Mount Sterling, where she was pronounced dead. An eastern Kentucky man whose fiance died in a federal drug case who was then arrested himself is talking to us from jail. Caleb Thompson is accused of threatening police. Thompson's fiancee, Rochelle Dawson, died last year after police say Brian Epperson gave her and other women a lethal dose of meth. Thompson says what he did was simply normal frustration over a lack of justice. WYMT's Phil Pendleton spoke to him from the Powell County Jail.
Caleb Thompson says he went to the Red Roof Inn in Winchester the day after Christmas for one reason.
And I've never seen where my old lady was murdered.
Thompson says he changed his mind and left, but says not long after he found himself facing charges.
I didn't cause no problems. I haven't been violent to anyone, but I'm getting treated like I get treated like I'm the most violent criminal there is.
Thompson has been in the Powell County Jail for several days. Police say that he made both threatening statements and social media posts. Thompson has pulled no punches in his disgust in the Brian Epperson case. Epperson is accused of causing the deaths of at least 2 women, including Thompson's fiancee, in a federal drug case.
The murderer that killed my old lady, I want their head. I want this person gone. That's a problem. I guess any other man that walks this earth wouldn't feel the same way I do.
Thompson says adding to his frustration is the fact that he has been in 3 different jails. Now, the original offense that he is charged with happened in Winchester, but jail officials say that he cannot be held in Clark County because that is the same jail where Brian Epperson is being held. Eberson's case is moving through the federal and state court systems. The wheels of justice can move slowly, and Thompson says he's simply tired of waiting.
And then I asked if there was a war. If they wanted a war, I'll give them a war over Reshell Dawson. And I would. Anyone.
Police say they have evidence he threatened the Winchester police chief along with several officers. In Powell County, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
Thompson is scheduled to be in court today. A woman charged with fetal homicide in Wolfe County is sparking debate on abortion again. An arrest citation says 35-year-old Melinda Spencer told officers she took abortion pills because her baby wasn't her boyfriend's. The abortion pill is illegal in Kentucky. The state has a near total abortion ban. We talked to officials with the ACLU and Kentucky Right to Life about the situation.
You have people who are suffering very severe medical consequences, up to and including the loss of their fertility, because they're afraid to talk to their doctors about what's going on.
We have to find a better way to bombard them with messages that make sure that they know the truth about themselves. They know that their support is out there should they find themselves with an unplanned pregnancy.
Kentucky State Police say Spencer admitted to taking abortion pills she ordered online, then placing the fetus in a light bulb box and burying it in her backyard. Court records showed Spencer went to a clinic in Campton and told them she had a medical abortion. The clinic then called the police. The man accused of kidnapping a Kentucky teenager was brought to the Commonwealth Friday. Police in Maryland arrested 37-year-old Christian Delgado over a week ago. They found 13-year-old Winter Wagner at his home. Winter went missing from Rockcastle County in October. Delgado was charged with kidnapping her. He has a court appearance scheduled for this morning. This afternoon, deputies will hold a news conference about the case. Just like Kentucky, the Tennessee Highway Patrol says car crash deaths are down from last year. The Tennessee Fatality Analysis Reporting System from THP shows that 2025 had 1,045 car crash deaths. In 2024, there was 1,194. THP says that city areas take up the largest share of crashes, with 128 fewer deaths this year. Knott County started the year off welcoming a new restaurant to downtown Hindman. WYMT's McKinley Calandrino was at the ribbon cutting and soft opening for Not Nourish.
2, 1.
A new year and new beginnings for downtown Hindman, as Ben and Jasmine Mosley are officially welcoming Not Nourish to the community.
We'll have, rice bowls, potatoes, all kinds of chicken, steak, ground beef, lots of veggies, and it's really meant to be super customizable. And we'll also have stuff in our grab-and-go fridge, like salads and yogurt cups and things like that.
The Mosleys say their vision is to bring healthy but convenient food options to families in the mountains.
So you're out doing errands or coming home from work or picking up the kids from school and you don't have time to cook an elaborate dinner or something, but you still want to make a good choice and feed your family wholesome food.
Not only bringing healthy convenience into the community, but simply a place for people to go and sit down and eat.
I don't really recall the last time that I could say that someone could come into downtown Hammond and sit down and buy lunch. We hope that this is a spark that's going to ignite a lot more folks to come into downtown.
Aiming to bring more restaurants and tourism, all while feeding families with delicious, nutritious meals.
Appalachian people and women especially show your love through food. I kind of saw a gap for it in the county. There's not a whole lot of healthier options around here. And learning as much as I did in school and stuff about nutrition, I felt like that was also another way that I was just caring for the people around me.
So you can enjoy a healthy home-style cooked meal as you are heading home from work or dining inside.
It's good food, it's clean, it's good service. You don't have to travel out of the county.
In Knott County, McKinley Calandrino, WYMT Mountain News.
The building was purchased 3 years ago by the Knott County Fiscal Corps in hopes of bringing small local businesses back to town. And with the Bean Shack and ice cream shop currently there, they are excited to welcome Not Nourish, which officially opened on Saturday. One family in Floyd County is living its worst nightmare as 3-year-old Axel Combs battles an aggressive form of leukemia. Bailey and Sasha Combs say they were on vacation in Florida when Axel started acting sick, and when they took him to the emergency room, he was diagnosed with leukemia. They had to stay in Florida for weeks and are now living in a temporary home near a hospital in Cincinnati as Axel undergoes aggressive chemotherapy. They say the journey has been hard and is far from the finish line, but they created a Facebook group that has helped them find support both emotionally and financially as they pray for a miracle.
It's like, although this is a parent's worst nightmare, this is our worst nightmare. This is literally one of the worst situations they ever be in, especially with your baby. We truly feel like God sent us our people and sent us this army of angels is what we call them.
You can learn more about Axel's journey and how you can help the family by following the Angels for Axel Facebook page. Some Kentucky students are heading back to class today after winter break. It comes as health officials are warning of a surge in super flu cases. They say schools can become a super spreader this time of year. The Woodford County Health Department says the big 3 respiratory viruses are peaking right now. Health departments are also reporting more hospitalizations and flu-like illness. They say the simplest thing your family can practice is frequent hand washing.
I always tell my kids, you need to scrub for at least 20 seconds. Make sure you get underneath your fingernails. And I always tell my kids, keep your hands to yourself. Make sure you're using your school supplies and your school supplies only.
Health experts also say to keep kids home with diarrhea or even a low-grade fever. Consider at-home flu and COVID tests and make sure everyone is up to date on vaccines. Coming up, the Muppets are making a grand return. We'll have those details in today's Island Entertainment Report.
And we're tracking temperatures as they continue to warm up this week.